everybody, Christine Bertram coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It is Tuesday. It's the 25th today. And oh yeah, black circles too. She'll have black circles for embossing as well. So I just saw Anna's message pop up. You guys were trying to coordinate all of the magic behind the scenes, and the notes pop up while I'm live, and it's kind of like a squirrel, and I can get easily distracted, but that's all right, right? So, oh man, so we're rocking and rolling and already preparing for kitting. We're actually in the process of kitting up Let's Just Stamp, which is probably done. Yeah? And ink, paper, scissors, 2 cards done? 2 cards done out of 4, yay! So that's amazing. We're a little ahead of the curveball here, the schedule, and that means that come Monday, it'll be all right. Come Monday, I'll be holding you tight, because I think that's the song. So, but come Monday, we're going to kit up probably game night and monthly class and sweet bundle class between Monday and Tuesday is the goal. And then Wednesday, Thursday, we've got a couple classes and we marry up all the piles, and we're going to be in a good shape for mailing on next week, Friday, which is the goal. And anybody whose package can go out Friday will go out Friday. But if there's something we're holding or hanging on to, or if you're part of my team, the Be Happy Stampers, your package is going to wait until Monday to go out, because we have our quarterly team gathering, Christmas gathering on that first, what is it, the 7th, I think. And so I do yearly recognition, just like Stampin' Up! Does yearly recognition. I do yearly recognition with my team. I do the top 20 with a prize, and the prize is actually, I have it sitting up there. I have a honeybee yellow Yeti that is a chug bottle, and I have a handmade item that goes with it. And so I'm so excited to hand those out at the team meeting it's not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. So that's why I hold definitely the team for next. I just remembered, Annette, help me remember this.
Yes.
Kelly is going to help me get a team Christmas gift for everybody on the team. We got to remind Kelly. I don't think we have anything. Normally, I get it in July or June, and I don't think we did. So usually what I do for the team is something like this. I get a magnet, or I think one year we did stickers. Another year I did a keychain, and so we need to get that stuff ordered. So Kelly's sitting at the computer in the house. If the next time we go in, we should mention to her, we gotta think about what we're doing for the team Christmas present. Yes, because I need them for in the boxes that are shipping on the 8th. So, oh yeah. So always, you guys, all the things to try to remember. So we have a great showcase planned for you. This is not a class. I'm going to repeat, this is not a class. We're not making any cards today, but we are showing off oodles McOodles of cards. And this showcase is what I do in my business once a month. And it's always near the end of the month, and I've been doing it for probably 3 to 4 years. It's my time to share with you what is coming up for next month. And it's not just what I have coming up for next month. It's also for those people on my team that have shared the things with me that are here physically that I can share with you. So I've gotten, over the last couple of years, I'd have to say like 7 or 8 people that are doing classes that are on my team, and they'll bring their things here. And a lot of the people are doing the classes here, so they just leave them here on the counter for people to see. So I show off their stuff as well, which is exciting. So there's more options for you guys to choose from. Then I'm going to go through, and over on the side here, Kelly helped me stage it. I've got all my past classes, because some of you start watching me and you don't know I have past classes available. So I use this video to show you what's coming up, what my team has coming up that's shared with me, and then also what is from the past that is still available. So fun stuff. If you're here for a card class, maybe just watch and you'll see some card classes that you want to take with me in the future. So yay. All right. So who do we have with us so far, you guys? I got to look at the names with the @ signs. And it's Barbara and Faye. Yay. I love it, you girls together. Hi, Sherry Martin. Hi, Gwen Goda. There's Randy. And there's Mary from Jericho. Hi, Ann Bellinger. Can't believe Christmas happens in 1 month. Yes, today is the 25th. 1 month, and we will almost all be done, but the belly ache and the nap is probably what's in front of us soon. That's how it goes. Hi, Susan Bellamy. Hello, Wendy Tick. And there is Pat Smothers. And hi, Mary Novak. There's Jean and Kimberly and Mary. I also see Patty and Patty. 2 Patties right in a row. I love it. Hi, Karen Woods. There's Judy. Judy, I got registered for On Stage. Did you get registered for On Stage? You should be able to do it right about now, I'm guessing. About an hour ago. I know Kelly got registered, Nancy Hager. So today is the day that we can register for On Stage. Last year it sold out in about 3 hours. I think it was sold out by 1 or 2 o'clock. So I've been watching my emails like a hawk, making sure that all my girls that I know want to go are getting registered. So I'm super excited because we've got Jay and Tracy, Angelique, and Nancy. Maria's registered. Leslie's and Tracy. Oh my gosh. Okay. And Judy, I just saw your email. You got registered as well. I love it. And Jamie's not going, and that's okay, you guys. I had some people that were thinking about it, and then they decided not to. So that's okay. So, but yay, we've got a nice group. I think there's about 20 or 22 people that are in my team, and then extended team that they're not on my team, but that we bring them in. We open up our wings and we bring them all in. So, oh yeah, hi Connie Moore. And who is this? Florence from Kentucky. Nice. It's the first time I'm seeing your name. There's Kelly. So excited for what is in store for us. Yay. There's Deb Norman from Iowa. Hi, Jeannie. And there's Donna. Hello, Emily. And Ellen's here too. Yay. Hi, Doris. There's Jenna Helms. Wow, girlfriend. There you are. Like it. There's Mimi. And Joanne is watching. Pat Settles with us. Hi, Rose. And Julie. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so many people. So I had class last night or yesterday afternoon, and I didn't feel like there was as many people watching class, but it might have been because it was in the middle of the day. Hi, Carmen Melendez. I did see your instant message, and I know you wanted to sign up for a couple classes, so I'll let you know that we're working on that. And there is Jennifer and Sue. Congratulations. Our most recent, newest addition to the Be Happy Stampers. Sue just joined this morning. I saw it come through properly. That's so exciting. So congratulations, and I'm so happy you picked the bees to join. All right, Barbara's not going to onstage. I think I knew that, Barbara. So, all right, yay. We're gonna show you some stuff. So just a little housekeeping, like just in case people don't know what's going on. I teach card making classes. I have a YouTube channel, which is what you're on right now. It's called Cards by Christine. I also have a Facebook page. It's called Cards by Christine. I do a lot of posting and sharing in Facebook, but I do all my live and replays. You can find them in YouTube. So I create and design cards, and then I offer those cards as classes in the form of kits where they come in envelopes. I do provide the envelopes, and all your bits and parts and pieces, your bases, mats, any die cuts that can be die cut, any embossings, all of that is in the envelope. And then the night of class or the day of class, whenever we have class, we open up the envelopes and we make the cards together. And so I offer all my classes at no charge on YouTube, unless they're a private event. Then you'd have to register for the event to have access to it. But when I do my general YouTube classes, they're always open to everybody across the entire world to watch and participate and learn from. And then what happens is if you want to get kits from me and you're in the United States, you can reach out to me via my registration process first. That's what we're working in. And if it's sometime after like the registration for the month is kind of like wrapped up, then it's like email correspondence is quite fine. It just takes a little bit to get, it's okay. It takes a little bit to get back. And especially with spraining my ankle on Friday, it kind of hosed me up again. You guys, between Jolene and myself, I don't know who can't catch more breaks, but we keep saying to each other that both of us will be on the same clean page of not having any hiccups. Oh, I thought that was a cat. So the cards are right here, Rhonda. If you want to look at, it's this one that is the snowflakes. For that, if you look at, these are the 3 that, or the 2 there that you have. Okay? Okay. So Rhonda helps me with the embossing, and we had to do some die cutting first, and then the embossing goes out. So yeah, so lots of things. I have a registration process that we created and started in September, and it has been working fabulously, amazingly well. And hello, Cheryl from Minnesota. Yay. My sister-in-law is now helping me, which is amazing. She took over the role of helping me with class registrations about a month and a half or 2 ago already. So it's awesome. She's getting more accustomed to it. she's not necessarily sending the emails for me, but she's staging the emails for me. She sees your registrations come into a spreadsheet, and then she helps me figure out what everybody wants and then puts it into a massive spreadsheet, which helps with tracking, shipping, making sure you get your kits. And then she helps me stage the email that I do then review and send out to you. So she's helping me behind the scenes, and I still see everything, have visibility to everything, but it helps with a little bit of the work. It usually takes about 20 hours to go through and process all of the emails after the registration start. And that's hard. I feel like since she started helping me, I've been getting a little more sleep, because that is time that I wasn't getting sleep. So that's awesome. So getting a little bit more sleep is awesome. So hello, Melanie Foy. And so for those that are new, I'm going to drop the camera down here and you can see my information, Cards by Christine. My email address is christine@cardsbycrispy.com. My website is cardsbycrispy.com. My phone number's here. If you want to shop, you go to the Stampin' Up! Store. Make sure you select me as your demonstrator. And when you do that, then that helps you earn classes. Now, this right here, I'm realizing it right now that is null and void at this point. If you guys have been emailing CBC Enroll, I have not been monitoring it, but like once or twice a month I go in there. So I know that doesn't really cover it up. So we have a registration process, and that's what I'm going to work through with you guys today. We're going to go to that registration form. Hi, Debbie Lindauer. I'm going to show you where it's at. And then I'm going to help you like walk through the registration so that you know what you want when you go to do the registration form. So you're going to go to cardsbycrispy.com. Now I saved it as an icon on my phone, cardsbycrispy.com. If you go to the first link that's on your phone, it's called resources, or your tablet or your computer, wherever. Now, Annette's not in here, so she hasn't heard this yet, but yesterday I talked about that I wasn't going to do any more Christmas tags Stamp-a-Stack classes, and then I referenced here it's sold out. At about 10 o'clock last night, I don't know why I made the decision, but I thought to myself, I think we can kit up like 4 to 8 more. And I've got a waiting list started, and I've already got 3 people on the wait list. So if you were under the impression that I didn't have any left, then you should reach out to me if you still want some, because I believe we're going to do either 4 or 8 more, and we're going to do them between now and next week, and they would go out for shipping late next week. There's no bandwidth to create them this week anymore. I only have a couple helpers here today helping me kit up next month's classes, and with Thanksgiving in there, there's just no way to get it done. So it would be one of those things that it wouldn't mail out till the 5th or the 8th, and then they might not be to you and be prepared in time for what you want them for Christmas this year, but they could be an investment in your future for next year's Christmas cards. So just keep that in mind, that if you want it to help you with your Christmas cards, you may or may not, depends on how diligent you are when you get it. If you start on them right away, you could potentially have them ready by the middle of December, but I don't want you to have expectations that you'll have them done for this Christmas if you don't have the time and you don't get them right away, right? Okay, so just know that if you were on the fence about that, I'll talk about that when we get there. So, but right here, the third one down under November 24th, it says here the December showcase will be held on Tuesday at noon Central, which is now. And here's the December registration form. So everybody has access to this registration form at this moment. It's out here. And I also put it in every event that I have in December. So, but this is the easiest way to find it. So when you click on here, it takes you into a Google form. And you're going to need to put your email address in that is associated with Google, I believe. But then when you scroll down here, it's going to ask you for your first name. So I'm going to complete this registration just as like you would be doing it. And so let's just put here my MSN. Let's see if that works. And then you need to put in your phone number and your email address that you want to use for correspondence. Because sometimes what I've been hearing is that people have multiple email addresses that they've had to set up through the years, and one they use for their Gmail, Google, and one they use for their primary correspondence. So that's why I asked that here, so that you can tell me what you want to use for. I'm just going to put whatever one. And then what is your mailing address, right? So if you have recently moved, all I ask is that you tell me that in here. This is free open text that you can put like my address, and then let me know in a separate email if it's different. I've had it where I have 3 databases where I keep everybody's addresses. It's in my Access database, my pirate ship, and in my email. So if you move and you don't tell me and you place an order with Stampin' Up through me, I don't catch that address is different because I don't look at everybody's addresses. It doesn't happen that people move a lot, right? So, but when they do, like, it's great to let me know. And we caught one. It was really great. It was still in my car when she reached out to me and said, hey, I've moved. You have the wrong address. And I was able to grab the package, change the label. So that's really important. Otherwise, your package goes all over the place before it gets to you. And we don't like that. Okay, so now that gets you down to the classes. And I have 5 core classes that I do every month. And those are always what's listed first. So we're going to go through all of these classes. And what you'd want to do is pick if you want it or not. So this first one is called Ink, Paper, Scissors, Lights of Aurora. And we have a cover photo in here. So you can it helps you remember, oh yeah, I really wanted that class. And you're going to come down here and pick it. Do you want to-go kits mail, to-go kits with porch pickup, in person with Diane, or no, I don't want class, right? So this first class is called Lights of Aurora. It's the ink, paper, scissors, and it features the stamp set here called Light and Wonder. And there are 4 cards. And you have enough leftover paper, definitely, to do matching envelopes, which we love to do. I just did ink, paper, scissors class last night, which was, it was actually yesterday afternoon, and we got to do all the envelopes too. So you'll get a 1/4 pack of designer paper. You'll get the pink, blue, white, and purple gems, and then the roll of balmy blue ribbon, and you'll have 4 card kits that you're gonna make. So when you get a class from me, all the die cutting is done. So this one is a really heavily intensive die cutting with all these little bits and parts. Anna Rebedu, bless her soul, she die cut all your mountains, all your trees, all your water, all your hills, everything. And she cut your deer out for you too. She cut your snow hills. This is actually what they're kitting this afternoon. So I would have to say that this is probably the most intense card. And all you need from a crafter's perspective is a sentiment to stamp in here. We use Secret Sea ink on all these cards, but you could easily use black or navy or purple. And we have just a note, but you could have any other sentiment that fits in there. And then on the inside, we've got it double matted. So ink, paper, scissors, we always double mat it. And so we got Embrace the Wonder. Now we tried to use all the sentiments from this stamp set, but if you didn't buy Light and Wonder for this class, you could easily recreate these and have them be pretty much exactly like this without having to have any stamp sets that, except for some sentiments that fit in here. So we definitely try to do creating like that. So when it comes to class, you'll use the paper and the ribbon and the gems that are provided for you in your goodie bag. So you'll have that card. Now this one's a vertical card, and this one we added, and it's hard to see with the black, but we made it look like a nighttime card. And you have the deer, you have Mama and Bambi flower here. So really cool. So we have Secret Sea, and this is that velvet paper. So we pulled out, it's fuzzy, right? So we used the velvet paper for the snow hill on this card right here and this card right here. So a warm hello was what we used there. This one, you've got your moon over Miami, but it's definitely not Miami because it's a snow hill. I don't think they'll ever experience a snow hill, but we've got the Aurora going. I created the card incorrectly. Like Diane Bogenhagen will be looking at this and she'll be like, you know, your Aurora Borealis needs to be going like up and down. I'm like, yeah, the wind is taking it and making it go sideways. So I did learn that when you cut the paper, it's very critical that you have your Aurora Borealis going the right way here. So it's hard to say that, you guys. I think it's Aurora Borealis. So the Aurora Borealis. So yep, exactly. So the night lights of Aurora. All right, so this one, again, you'll have all your die cutting. You just need a sentiment. And on that one, we put celebrate, and then may your day be filled with magic in a young girl's heart, and I believe in magic. Okay, and then this one, so you've got some intense ones here to put together. Then we kept the easy button, where it's a label add on to the front because we let the designer series paper just speak for itself, right? Just so pretty. So this is your ink, paper, scissors for next month. It's called The Lights of Aurora. And one moment. So what you're going to do is decide if you want it or not. So for most part, everybody that's watching is generally getting to-go kits. So I'm just going to pick to-go kits because that's the easiest button to pick right there. All right. So there is your first class that we're going over. And again, you'll have enough left over, most likely, to have a second set of cards if you added your own paper in. and like doubled it up. You could, with the designer paper that's left, we usually design it so that only half the paper is used that you get. Okay, so ink, paper, scissors right there. The next one is, let me know if you have any questions, you guys.
Oh, she went and got the embossing.
You found it? Did you find Annette's Chex Mix upstairs?
Just a quick question.
Yeah, you can fit 2 in there at the same
That's the
time.
right way?
Yeah, down towards the bottom.
Okay, and that one.
Sure, and I kind of centered those in there. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so the next one that we look down here. So ink, paper, scissors, just so you guys know, if you want to do it in person, it is with Diane Bogenhagen. Her
Yeah.
phone number and email address are in the event,
This one's already.
and you probably have it saved if you generally do class with Diane, but you can let her know directly. If you do pick it on here, I will see it and I will mention it to her, say, hey, Diane, so-and-so signed up for ink, paper, scissors with you. But that's if I see it here. But most of the time when you do class with Diane in person, you guys just are communicating with her directly. So Diane and I design the class together, and then she teaches the in-person version and I teach the online version. So now the next class is the Sweet Bundle class. This one is called Modern Christmas, and I do this card class with Rose Coleman. So Rose is my colleague in Canada who we work together. She's amazing. If you're in Canada and watching and you're looking for a demonstrator, or if you're looking for this class or to take classes, you could definitely reach out to Rose. She is very active and she's a great teacher and a great upline if you're looking to join an amazing team. So I designed this class, and what happens is if you're in Canada and you want to do this class, you can reach out to Rose to register with Rose. And then she teaches and prepares or designs a class called the Technique Club class, which if you're in the United States, I kit it up and provide it to people in the United States who want to take it. Because we both have people who watch us in each other's countries that want to take our classes. They take each other's classes. And so this is a way for us to offer what we have to the people in Canada and the US, right? So Modern Christmas is if you're in Canada or the US. So if you're on here, you can pick, yep, I want to-go kits. But let's see what they look like first. So this features ornamental Christmas. Yay. So I'll be honest, another card class where you don't have to buy the stamp set just to do the class. I always use the motto or say, buy what you love and use what you have when it comes to my classes, because just because I use the stamp set doesn't mean you have to buy the stamp set to do the class. So when you look at how the cards are designed, you can see that all we did was use sentiments on the outside, and I'm a designer that is heavy with die cutting because I have the most amazing helpers that help me with die cutting and embossing. And so this is the first card, and I was able to design these with Jay Shante. So if you are in the Harshaw Minocqua area and want to do this class, you could definitely also reach out to Jay Shante to say, hey, I want to do this class with you. And she helped me design the cards. She would offer this for in person. So this one, all you need is we stamped a little Noel. The Noel comes from the stamp set called Wishing You Joy. It's not even from this one. But we used the designer series paper. We pulled in this really pretty ornament. We've got some of this gold ribbon, thanks to Jay, because it's out of stock until February. She lent me 2 rolls. Yay. And then you'll get some of the gold sequins. So it's called Modern Christmas. So you've got black with white with gold. And what we did is we put in a pop of color in each one. So this one features Pretty Peacock. Oh, I didn't even stamp the inside yet. So oh, we were in a hurry. But anyways, you can always put whatever you want on the inside. And Mimi loves the model. Yay, I'm glad. This one, you guys might recognize it. It's a double dipper. So if you did the Winter Creative Escape, the Autumn Creative. So I'm thinking about the winter because it's coming up soon. But this is what, Rhonda, this is what Anna's going to be dropping off for you. She's got this circle that's going to need embossing, and it's the So Swirly embossing folder. So if one of you has to go upstairs for something, it's that swirly one. It's the big folder.
Okay.
So you could bring that down. So yes, perfect. So this one you guys might remember from the Autumn Escape. It's our double dipper. We usually do that. The Escape is double dipping. And you'll have a circle that's embossed, and then the star, and then any long sentiment across the front that's embossed in white ink. And then on the inside, I do have the trees. So I did have a black tree here. So, and Merry Christmas is stamped there. Okay, and so that is a one pretty card. Now that one didn't feature a pop of color. We just kept it black, white, and gold. Now for this one, our pop of color is Cherry Cobbler. And we pulled in Oh Christmas Tree, Oh Christmas Tree. And that is from Pine Tree Trimmings. And then your tree's embossed, your circle's gonna be embossed, and Then we've got Sending Christmas Wishes is also from Pine Tree Trimmings. And then I have a hard time stamping black Christmas trees, but we're pretending that it's the nighttime and that's the shadow. So, but again, all you need are sentiments for this. And we did use a little bit of white ink sponged over the top of our snowflakes, and it's really hard to see them, but they're snowflakes back there. All right, so that's your card 2 for Modern Christmas. And now this one has Mary Schreiber's watching on YouTube, on the TV. I love it. Very good. So this one has 2 pops of color. We have Shaded Spruce, which is in the form of a bow, which I will make all these. I promise. Rhonda, I won't ask you to make all these bows. I will make them. I'm very picky, and I know she would prefer not to do them. So I'm going to make your big fluffy bunny ear bows. And then we pulled in the velvet here. This velvet, we've been using the red velvet on something. We used the white velvet on your snow hill. So we had some sheets of the green velvet available. So we popped that in there. And then we've got the gold tag and a gold ring, you guys. We had to figure out a way to pull in the gold rings because these gold rings are part of the suite. So we did definitely pull them in. Now, all the cards we featured these gold sequins. So you'll get some gold sequins. And this reminds me of Santa's like belt buckles for some reason. I don't know. Or Santa Claus. So that one, I've got the trees again on the inside. But very fancy, elegant cards. So that is the Modern Christmas. Hope your ankle is doing better because the prettiness is abundant. It sure is, Anne. It sure is. My ankle is doing better. I went yesterday for an appointment for red light therapy. I'm going back again today at 2:30 for red light therapy, and I've got another appointment for Friday. And I see my foot specialist for my other foot today at 5. So after the showcase, you guys, all I have are appointments today, it seems. Fun stuff. Okay. So that is the Modern Christmas Suite class. It is featuring ornamental Christmas stamp set. So you want to mark if you want that one or not. Then we go down to Let's Just Stamp Delicate Pines. So this is another one where I do this class with Diane. Oh, I forgot to pull Delicate Pines from upstairs. Pooper scooper. Oh, well, you guys will have to just use your imaginations. No, I'll pull it up on the website. So Delicate Pines is the stamp set. You guys, I can go upstairs, and if I don't have it written down, I don't remember. Delicate Pines, and if you recall from last month for the Pine Tree Trimmings Let's Just Stamp, we used this Snowflake Splendor designer paper, and now we saved the other 3 sheets to use for this month. And Delicate Pines, hang on, so let's find Delicate Pines right here, product, and okay, that's the stamp set. I was going to try to grab it and have it down here, but we used these snowflakes. We did. We stamped focal images. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a white piece that is big enough to stamp your snowflake, and then a white piece for the snowflake, and then the same here. You're going to get white pieces. So it's against compliance to stamp for people. And especially if it's a focal image that gets die cut, we're not going to just die cut all these white snowflakes because you might not even have the same stamp. So what we did for these is we're going to give everybody the white paper that's big enough to stamp. So if you have other snowflakes, you guys, there's been oodles McOodles of snowflakes through the last how many years. So if you have snowflakes about the same size, you could put them on here in lieu of it. Okay, so the first card here, so all of them have sentiments that you're going to need. This one features azure. And these little snowflakes that are in the background here, those come from the set that is called Snowy Delights. These little guys here. So that's where we pulled those from. Now, again, there's lots of snowflakes that you probably have, and maybe you don't. But if you don't have snowflakes, I think the other side of this is more universal. Like this looks like just a wash. You wouldn't even necessarily have to use snowflakes. I bet you guys could get creative if you don't want snowflakes. But we got a winter wish for Snowy Delights, and then the inside says warmest winter wishes. And that one, the embossing's done, that little die cut's done for you. You just need a sentiment. Now for these other 2, you'll need to stamp your snowflakes, and we have a happy winter on here. You'll get a whole strip of diamonds between the cards, which is, the girls like that for kidding. It was a lot easier to cut one strip, right? So they got one strip, all the diamonds went in one card, and lots of diamonds to put on the front. And then that one says Happy Winter and May the chill of winter be warmed by love and friendship. Now this features blueberry bushel. And then this last one is Azure with white again. So very into the winter is what we're thinking. And definitely pulled in Snowflake Sky embossing folder. That thing has been getting a workout since it became unavailable. I'll tell you, we went into winter here without having a Snowflake Sky embossing folder that's current, and we made the decision to still use it. So it makes for really pretty cards with the snowflakes in the background. So that's Let's Just Stamp. So the Let's Just Stamp on here, if you pick that. Now, the one thing I've been failing to tell you guys is the pricing on stuff. So what happens is the ink, paper, scissors is a product-based class. So it cannot be free with an order. So it's either $34 for mail, porch pickup or in person, or it's $41 mailed. Okay, can never get ink, paper, scissors free with an order. Now, these classes are offered free with an order, or you can pay for them. So for the Sweet Bundle, it's 4 cards for $22 plus shipping, or free with a $60 order if you need it shipped. And then for the Let's Just Stamp, it's $19 for the 3 cards plus shipping, or it's free with a $60 order if you need it shipped. So what happens is for those people that want to get multiple card classes from me, we're going to ship them all together and you'll get reduced pricing on shipping. Instead of the shipping on this class being 7 and this one 6 and this one 6 and this one also 6, and then like all of a sudden that's like what, $30 of shipping if you get that many classes? Nope. So there's the first class is the core, and then we only add on $2 for every class after for the handling and the shipping. So it saves by doing one consolidation for your registration, because then we can tell you one email that says, okay, this is how the classes are, how much they are. And if you say, oh man, I didn't mean to spend that much, just email us back and say, I need to take this class off, or hey, I also want this class, right? So we start with your registration, send you an email, and then we go back and forth until we're like, yep, this is exactly what we want. Sometimes it's like, yep, that's good. That's exactly what I want right off the bat. So there, I don't put prices in here because it's just extra words. And so if you're ever looking for what amounts are, that's where my website comes in handy. So on my website, if you're looking for any of these classes, when you go to December, anything that has the gray mark on them is going to, okay, so like layers, Let's Just Stamp. This, in the body of this, is where you're going to find all the details about what stamp set's used, who's teaching it, the dates that it's offered, is it free with an order, can you pay for it, and then who to contact for our registration. And so the events calendar on my website is what I use. So like mystery card making night is here, right? So this is where you guys can click around. Here's game night, right? So we don't have all the cover photos. Kelly's currently working on them right now, actually. So very cool. So, but that's Let's Just Stamp. And go back to your registration, which now I got to figure out where it is. And it must be here and it must be there. Okay, so that's Let's Just Stamp. We're going to look at the December monthly class. So the December monthly class is the class I've been doing the longest. And I've been doing it since 2015, I believe. And it's always 3 different stamp sets that are featured. And this one, we went with 2 wintry cards. And I was going to do sign design. And I decided like, no, I'm just going to use new product. So we have 2 wintry cards. One features the Snowy Delights, which is this card right here. It says, you deserve all the good things, which is a sentiment that is from a brand new set that launches, I believe it launched in November. I don't remember what set it's from, but it's a new one. Snowflake embossing folder again. But what's cool about this one is we made it into a fun fold. So it goes like that, right? And we had a bunch of that blue glimmer paper left, so we totally tied that in there. And we made a birthday card, a wintry birthday card, right? So that one, the sentiments, happy birthday and you deserve the good things, are from Banner Sayings and Creative Haven, right? And then we use those snowflakes. So that was that card. Then we have here our Double Dipper, and it features Snowflake Kisses. This is that really pretty decorative die that is from Snowflake Kisses. And you open it up, we've got Sending Warm Hugs with those snowflakes. And using Secret Sea and then a little bit of cloud cover in there. So that one's your second card. Now the one that we switched it out, we took out we took out sign design and we added in pop-up petals. So pop-up petals is a new set that launched, I believe it just launched in November on the 5th or the 6th, the 5th maybe. And so these are the dies, and this is where the pot comes from. Oh, Michelle Cinto's registered. Nice. Okay, cool beans. All right. So we did a florally card, right? And it's purple. I love my purple. So this is what Anna was talking about. She's bringing those pots back so that Rhonda could emboss them. And there's a lot of, you can see that's what Stella looks like, you guys. It's really shimmery when she's got a lot of Stella juice on. So all the die cutting here will be done. You'll have your purple ribbon, and then you just need a sentiment on here. And you've been on my mind and in my heart with a little butterfly. And that comes from, here's the butterfly, but then the other words come from friendly foliage. So these are some of the new stamp sets and dies. Now, this is how the packaging comes. And I cut my die one. I cut that off the top because it had no words on it that I cared about. And I like to store my dies on magnetic sheets. And so I ended up altering my die package here and putting a label up there for it. So yeah, so that features pop-up petals and friendly foliage. So monthly class is 3 cards for $19, or it's free with an order. And you could also pay for it. It was $19 plus shipping. So yay. Okay. And Patty's also registered for On Stage. Wonderful, wonderful. We're getting there. Lots of girls are getting registered. I like it. Okay. So that is that one. So then we want to say yes. Now, the Technique Club class with Rose. It's free with a minimum $60 order. It is not offered to be paid for. So she does it as a technique class, and it's a club. So I do have excuse me, a handful of people, maybe more. I have about 8 people that do it every month. And those 8 people are all about due, if they're not already due, to get their host rewards. And so I need to get in touch with them to send them some host rewards. So out of my pool of my stockpile of host rewards, like I get the credit for the... No, they get the credit. I gotta think about this. All I know is I owe them a half-off item and I owe them some extra perks is what it is. And so I gotta figure that all out. So, but yes, so what happens is if you do the club for 10 months in a row, 10 consecutive months with a $60 order, how it was in the past, because you used to use a host reward or a host code. Now that host code went away. So people have been getting their own rewards, but I like topped them off a little bit. So I gotta go back and look at that. You guys, so much time has passed since then, and I gotta look back what I wrote I was gonna do, because there was gonna be a little perk on top of what they already were getting their own 10%, and I was gonna give the half-off item. So yeah, so there are people that earn some extra bonus bucks from me. But what happens is so Rose designs the cards in Canada, and she teaches a YouTube live, and it's usually on a Thursday at like 11:30. And what happens is you get a binder, and you'll buy yourself a binder, and then I make up a card like this, like she does for her girls too, and then there's a template of what the sample looks like. Of this was uses for white craft ink, was November of last year, and so you put this in your binder. And so I provide these cards each month with 3 card kits, and eventually after a while you end up with a binder. So I bought this one off of Amazon. It's just a photo binder. So after a while, you end up with a binder full of all these awesome samples of ideas of how to do different techniques. And so this one is super cool because I gotta find October's yet, but this will go here for November. And oh, look at this right here. So then I have to include October right here. So I'll have to put those in later, but that's so neat, because then if you're looking for an idea for a technique, then eventually you're like, oh man, I have this binder. You remember you have a binder that you can go through and look for ideas. So that is pretty awesome. Okay, so that's the Technique Club class. I do not believe Rose has told me what I asked her. Is there a chance that you designed ahead? And she hasn't gotten back to me. So no worries. So I will share those cards, and because I know some people don't sign up for class until they see the cards, right? And then for this class, there are people that will take it religiously. So I know that a lot of people that normally will take it, you can sign up without seeing cards, which is great. Then we'll get you on the list. And that helps us figure out how many to make. So I believe last month we made maybe 14 of them and they're gone, which is cool. The month before was 16, and it ranges between that and 20. So those people who already know they want it, go ahead, register for it. And if you're on the fence, you can always add it to your registration or add it by emailing me later. Okay, perfect. Hello, Sarah Mitchell. All right, so let's decide here. Yep, I want that one. And then that would be the 5 core classes. There's always ink, paper, scissors, let's just stamp, the sweet bundle, monthly class, and the technique club class. Okay, so those are the 5 for kitted classes. Then there are always some add-ons. I call them ad hoc classes. They get added on the fly, or they're like, okay, every December I do a game night class. So back in July, we did the Jar of Cheer. I think it's called Jar of Cheer. Jar of Cheer. It's in the annual catalog. We did that for Lucky Hand game night. So Lucky Hand is the in-person, what we call it for in-person, and game night is what we call it for the online version. And so I do 3 of those a year in April, July, and December. So next week, we have Lucky Hand on Wednesday and game night on Thursday. Now, the cards are still being kitted and prepped and all that kind of stuff. So the only hiccup is that if you are one that really wants your stuff for designing or for creating along with, it's not going to happen, because by the time we kit them between Monday and Tuesday, and even if I pull yours out to mail it separately, you're not going to have it by Thursday. It just crunched down to the last minute. So for those of you that are like, yeah, I don't want to do it if I can't have it, I totally understand that. We really do try to, like, especially with doing an early shipping day on the 5th and the 8th, this is like a little bit earlier in the month. The rest of December, you'll most likely have in time for when you want to if you want to do the cards with me for class. So this would be the only class that I can't guarantee you're going to have it. I definitely can't guarantee I can just say you're not going to have it in time for a class. But hopefully that's okay for you one time and you still want to do the awesome cards. So what's really cool about this one, it's called Jar of Joy, and it matches or correlates with the punch, that jar punch that is in the annual catalog. And so this Jar of Joy is an online exclusive that launched back in maybe July. I think we knew about it back in July. Hi, Kathy Crumpton. And so we were looking at it last week. Diane helped me design these, and we were looking at it and I'm like, oh man, there's only like 3 things for focal images in here. There's this one, which is a pear, and then the snowman, and then the ornaments. So normally for game night Lucky Hand, we do 4 cards and we do 1 of each. So when I saw that there was only 3 here, I thought to myself, well, let's do 3 designs and do 2 cards for everybody. So you're going to get 6 card kits for this one. 2 of 3 designs is 6. So these are the 3 cards, and it's really hard to do math when you got to double, because it's like, well, we're not doing just 48. So we planned for 48, and it's not 48, it's actually 96. So with this one, you're going to have your little snowman in the jar, and you're going to have to let me know if you want your white jars punched, or if you're good with, I'm going to give a strip of paper. Like I'll give 2 jars that will fit on this white piece, and then on this one it'll be a white piece, and this one will be white piece. So if you have the stamp set, great. If you don't have the stamp set, then I can punch out the white jar for you, and you could stamp whatever you want in it. But the lids will be glimmery here and here, and then this one is pecan. So this one is the snowman one, and we did double matte these on top of it. So not only 2 of each card, but we double matted them. So these 2 are very similar, but different. You'll get a 1/4 pack of the Traditions of Christmas designer paper. You'll get the red ribbon, and then you'll get the sequins from that. So there's that guy. And this one has our gingerbread cookies in the inside. And then this last one has the ornaments hanging. And so this is a fun fold. It goes like that, and then it goes like that. Now, our design is a little bit different than what we're actually kitting. We decided that we would have wished, after it was all said and done, we're like, oh, we wish we would have had this a little higher, and we wish we would have had this a little higher. So we're actually kitting them up that it's a 1/4 inch more, or 3/8 inch more. So you're going to see a little bit bigger panel here, and then a little less dots here, and then this one will be just a hair bigger as well, I think by a 1/4 inch or something. So Very slight wardrobe change, but pretty much the same. Just seeing more of it pop through. So that, if you want game night, what you're gonna do, or if you want Lucky Hand, you're gonna come in here and you're gonna be like, I want it with to-go kits. There is, and I need to put it in here, I have a way for registering your numbers. So to play game night, what you need to do is give me your 5 lucky numbers between 1 and 30, right? So if you guys could like give me a moment after this is done, I'm gonna go and add the link for game night. So what happens is I have a link and I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it right there so you can click on the link. I need you guys to register your numbers. So if you fill this out and we don't have your numbers, I'm gonna send you a separate email that says, please fill out the link. What happens is you'll fill out the link and it'll tell me what your lucky numbers are so that I have them for when we play Lucky Hand and game night, right? So it's just for those who do game night, right? So again, I'm gonna try to add that link up here. And if you complete this before I've put it, then I'll just reach out to you on the back end and get your lucky numbers. So that is Game Night Lucky Hand. It's called Jar of Joy. This is one that you cannot get free with an order either. It is fee-based, and the cost of it is plus $5. So it's $39 for for porch pickup, and it is plus 7 is 47, because it's 41 plus 7 is, so it's $41 plus $5, 46. It's 46. Okay, because we add in $5. So for doing game night, we add in $5 to like the ink, paper, scissors registration. So that was really hard. 41 plus 5 is 46. And what happens is I take, let's say 40 people register for game night, 40 people times 5, and I use that money and we play 5 games, and there's 5 master prizes that are bundles. And I've already gotten them. Super excited. I picked out new bundles that are offered in the spring mini catalog. So we're playing for prizes that are only available to demonstrators at the moment. So, and it might be one that you haven't gotten, and we can get a pre-order right now. So I basically can get the suite and then I can buy the bundle. And so the bundle is what I could get extra for the game night prizes, which is so cool. All right, so that is what I have for game night. How do we order 2 sets of cards? Oh, that's a good question. We're going to talk about that here momentarily, Kimberly. Hello, Mitzi. I am healing up, hopefully. Like I'm trying to stay off of it. But Annette told me I'm not a good patient.
No, you're not.
She said you're not a good patient. That's because I only iced it for about 20 minutes today, so I got to get back on the ice after we're done here. So, hello, Sherry Ott. Okay, so we're going to keep going because that question is going to come up here momentarily, okay, Kimberly, about how to get 2 sets of cards or 2 sets of a class. So let's go back down here to game night. I got it. Now the question is, do you plan to place an order to get any of the classes for free with minimum orders? And so what happens is if you want to place a $60 order to get, let's say, Rose's class or the monthly class or Let's Just Stamp or the Sweet Bundle, you would click here and tell me I plan to place orders to get these classes for free. Now, if you're not planning to place any orders to get any classes for free, click none. But the classes that you can get free with an order are the 4 that are listed here, right? So you're going to, let's say, okay, I'm going to order to get the Sweet Bundle and the monthly class, right? And then if you've picked Let's Just Stamp, then I'll know that you're going to pay for Let's Just Stamp. Now here, Kimberly, is what you were just asking about. Would you like to order any past paper pumpkins, classes, or events to this registration? And then if yes, please list what you would like to add. Would you like multiple kits of any classes? Please indicate that here with anything else you would like noted in your registration. So this is a free text where you can type anything you want. And if you're looking behind me and you're like, oh man, she's got the October pumpkin available, she's got the November pumpkin available, she's got a couple more down there, and I want 2 of this class. This is where you're gonna write that in here. You're gonna say, please add the November pumpkin, and I would like 2 of the December Let's Just Stamp, okay? But pause right there because in a moment, I'm also going to be going through all the past classes, and you might see that I did a Delicate Pine Snowflake IPS last night, and I've got some left over. So you're watching the past classes. Now you'll be like, also the November IPS, right? So this is your way to tell me anything that is quirky or doubles of, or let's say you already signed up for a class last month with me, but you know it's going to ship this month. Tell me that too, right? So I want the November IPS. So like let's say you wanted an October, but I've already put that in here. Just always put whatever, and sometimes I'll say, make sure you add it into this this is the section that's so important, okay? So once you have that done, you're gonna hit next, okay? And when you hit next, it takes you into the next section. So these are additional offerings. Now, I have some left of the Fall Palooza. So the Fall Palooza was an event that I did that I offered in September, October, and I carried it over into November and December because I have availability. There was 14 card kits, and you got a pack of 6x12 paper that was used to make the cards. And so this was a sampling of different occasions, and it was an event. So it came with a prize patrol, which was a Stella pen. It came with a commemorative pin, and it came with an enamel mug. It had 3 pillow gifts. So it was like a full-blown event. And then out of it, you got a PDF tutorial for all the cards and also video tutorials. So that is the Paper Palooza. And so if you've already gotten it or you don't want it, you would select no or already got it. And I need to take away previously ordered to ship in November. So we'll take rid of that. But you could get the to-go box or the PDF or porch pickup. So that's the Palooza. Did you fill out the form to order small calendars from me? So you guys, this was the hottest hot thing that I could ever imagine. These little calendars, I personally buy them from Tailored Expressions. And if you're only looking for a handful of them, you have to pay the minimum shipping amount, which is you have to get your order to 70. So you have to pay the minimum shipping unless your order is over 75, then it's free. Well, I went back about a month and a half ago when they had them on sale. I ordered 700 of them. And they're all gone. I think I might have 2 left. And so I even gave up mine. So I was holding 120 for the Escape, and I was holding 68 or 70 of them for my class in January. I gave up mine. So 700 of them have come in, and they have gone. So there's a registration form, and you'd want to click that link here. Click here to go to the registration if it's a new registration, and tell me that how many you want, right? And then what happens is that's the only little hiccup we're gonna have is they go on sale again for Black Friday on Thursday night or Friday morning, and I will order a couple hundred more because I know I need a couple hundred. And if anybody else wants some, make sure you fill that out so I can see how many to order. They don't arrive really fast. So if I order them on Black Friday, I will not have them till the 8th or the 9th or the 10th because it takes a little while for them to get their shipments to me. And I remember that from last year. So the only hiccup will be is if you want me to wait for your calendars, your shipment might not go on the 5th or the 8th. It would wait till the calendars come in and then it would ship. So you just got to be okay with that, right? And hello, my sunshine friend, Penny Powell. Hello, Becky Gandolfo. Hello, Cindy Runtree. Yay. I know it's when I'm icing it, I am elevating it, but right now it is definitely not elevated. So it's all right. That's why I'm probably talking faster than normal, you guys. But if you want calendars, here's the section for the calendars. Now, the Winter Creative Escape is coming up in January, and this is just a precursor to help me know who's planning to attend. Are you wanting to do in-person, online without a box, or no? And then there is an official registration form. Just like there's an official registration form there's one here. So not only are you filling out this class registration, but if you click that button, it takes you into the official registration. That's just a let me know. Registration for the Escape is officially by December 15th. So I need to know what your plan is by the 15th. And if you decide after that, it all depends on availability. Usually there's availability because what I do is I take whoever wants to be a part of it by the 15th and then I forecast and figure out what number because people will always sign up between the 15th and then that last month they will still roll in. So it just gives me a better idea of how many to plan for because we have to start prepping. Like we can't just wait till the last week for prepping. We have to come up with a game plan on a number and we start working it already in December. Okay, then would you like any Cards by Christine exclusive items. So here's the options, right? And the Cards by Christine exclusive items, I have these. Oh, this one's not even on there. But this guy needs to be added. I have a little single glue holder, right? So there's a little single glue holder. There's also, I have these extra rulers. They're only $5. They're the little rulers that I use. You see me use them all the time for class. So I've got a few of those left over. I've also got the bow makers available. And I have caddies. If you are not on my team, it says Be Happy. It's 25, and if you are on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, it says Be Happy Stampers, and it's 20, and that is for all your supply things. There's also, I have sand erasers that fit nicely in there, and I also have the glue erasers that fit in there. So those are things that you can get off of Amazon, but sometimes you have to buy multiples of them, and you only want one, and so depending on what you want, you just let me know. The other thing that's on here are the cloth garbages that Annette makes. And so these are super cool to have by your where you're working to put garbage. And she made so many different patterns. And what I would do if anybody's interested in a cloth garbage, I would have you reach out to me and we will do a little Zoom video so that you can see all the pretty luscious patterns. That one's great for the fall. So these cloth garbages are awesome. I have them around all my tables for when people, I don't know if you can even see this one right here. So like there's one hanging like right there. And I have them all around. So when people, so those that do classes, we put these around where people sit so that they can put their garbage in that instead of on the floor, right? So those who are class teachers, like these are great little things to have for your attendees to use when they come and stamp with you.
Christmas gifts.
Or Christmas gifts. Yes, Annette said that they make the greatest little Christmas gifts, okay? So if you're looking for a Christmas gift for a fellow crafter, they're perfect, okay? Rose says she filled out the form. Yes, you did. And then I sprained my ankle, Rose. And so I have not, so Amanda staged your response and I just haven't gotten back in there to process it. So, and I did see your email that you wanted some calendars. I'm going to talk to Gina to make sure she's got a shipment for you and that she's okay with adding that. Normally I don't charge when you're getting one pack of calendars for 10 calendars. I personally don't add on shipping for just that little pack. If you have 3 packs, I add on $1 because it increases the weight by more. But for doing one, so I want to make sure she's okay if I just give her that and she doesn't charge you extra for shipping. And because you've already paid for shipping with her for everything else, I'm guessing. So, but yes, so Rose, I did see it. I'm aware. I just haven't replied to you properly. So, but I'm glad you reached out via this, so I can tell you that. Okay, so let's go back here and you can tell me, I want a cloth garbage because my sister-in-law would love one. So there you go. You can pick that. Now, would you like a DSP sampler? So there are 4 listed here, okay? And I have 4 listed here. Now what's happening is I have some leftovers from the Spring Mini Catalog from 25, from earlier this year. I have the Holiday Mini Catalog and the Annual Catalog. Now, I also made a link here for the Spring Mini Catalog, which I don't have those done yet. We are going to be processing them soon. So what I need to show you is what is a DSP sampler, especially for those people who are new and don't necessarily know. We create this reference tool, which is pretty cool. It takes a white sheet, we print the name of the paper, and then we cut the 2x2 squares and these squares, and we put them in a binder. Well, you can put them in a binder. You get the white sheets to put in your own binder. And it's a great reference tool. It's great for the avid crafter who likes to mix and match and understand what colors are part of it that go together. And so that was the spring. So I have about 10 of the spring one left. And so what happens is it comes in a package that looks like this. So especially if you're newer to me and you didn't know I did this, I still have some left. Usually I run out of them, but I have a few left. So I've got that one, and then here's the Annual Catalog one. And I've got some of those left, and that one's a little bit thicker. So the mini ones are 27 plus shipping, and then the Annual Catalog is 30 plus shipping. And that's because the Annual Catalog has all of the extra pages here that have all the colors, families with them. And then I have some left of the fall one, which features the Autumn Toil, Gathering Together, Modern Christmas, which is what we're using for class. We're using Lights of Aurora for class. And so that is the Autumn Toil. So anybody who doesn't have these yet and wants all 3 for this last year, they're here. We include the online exclusives in them now, so there's not a separate one for the online exclusives. So what happens is if you want a past one, those are available now, right? And they would go into your December shipment. But if you do click that you want the spring one, the spring one is available in January. Okay, so we're creating the class packets or these packets in December. So by you telling me here that you want the spring one, we either can add it, you can pay for it now, or you can pay for it for January. It doesn't really matter to me. I got dominoes here. Let me just put that like that. Okay, so it doesn't matter to me when you want to pay for the spring one, but if you do want that, please let me know. It's going to help me forecast if you want it so that I know how many to make. I hate having to tell people no, but I also hate having 10 of them left over too. So let's say you want all of them. Just click all of them, right? All right. Then would you like any mini catalog online exclusive product shares? So I need to update this as well because I went through and I did see I had an extra one here that is the designer series paper, the ribbon, and the gem. So I have a whole shebang for the fall one. Plus I have 2 ribbons left over from the fall. So these are product shares that are still available that I had in my box that I didn't realize I had sitting there, but I'll add them in here that if you're interested in any of these, I need to just add I have a whole shebang of the fall and I have 2 ribbons, right? So it gets you 2 yards of each one of these ribbons so that you have a sampling. This is great. So if you don't have a lot of ribbons from Stampin' Up, you get a nice collection here to use for when you're making cards. Like you have petal pink and petunia pop. There's misty, moonlight, balmy blue, old olive with gold and real red and shaded spruce. So I have the whole shebang. And if you get the whole shebang, it also comes with a free class that's offered free with an order. And then I also have these 2 that you could add. So that in addition to, so those aren't even listed in here, which I'll add them, but I'm also trying to forecast for January. In January, I'm going to have the same concept. I will have all the ribbons and I will have all the embellishments. If you guys are curious what this looks like, this is so awesome. So this had the treat bags in it, the shaker domes, and then it had all of these gems in here. So you got a sampling of all of the different embellishments without having to buy all of them, which is amazing. So there'll be something very similar here for the spring mini catalog and online exclusives that launched in November and January. So again, this was available as the whole shebang. I call that because you get it all. And then there'll also be piecemeal. So like, let's say you want the whole shebang for January or for the spring, put that. And it includes a free class with, except for the TCC. Or let's say, I just want the spring ribbons. Okay, so then just put that. The other thing that I added on recently, and since the summer, was the sweet shares. So I think that I'm pretty much done with all past ones. So like a sweet share is like this. It gives you a half a pack of designer paper. It gives you 2 sheets of cardstock or of all the colors that match. It gives you a half a pack of the embellishments and 2 yards of ribbon. Now, if the suite doesn't have gems or the suite doesn't have ribbon, it's not. It's only what the consumables are with the suite. So like, for example, this one had oodles of cardstock colors. So you got 2 of each of the cardstock colors that match. You got the half a thing of gems, 2 yards of ribbon. And so this was the North Pole delivery. Now these are already spoken for. I believe this is Patsy's and this is Michelle's. So I took them out of their boxes because they have those shipping. But I'm going to be doing that for the suites that are coming up. So they are listed here. Beach Boardwalk all the way down through Nature Walk. Now this is another one where I spelled launches wrong. Oh man, I got launches. I got to fix that. So if you want a suite share for January, click whichever ones you want. You're like, I want Nature Walk. I want Cute as a Bug, right? So pick the ones you want. I will not include these in your pricing for December. They will get included for January and they will ship in January. It's just to help me understand what to order when the catalog launches. Then we have the Beekeeper's Guide. So I hook you up with my printer if you want to get a copy of the next version of the Beekeeper's Guide. Only printed. This confuses so many people. If you are my customer and you've supported me in the last 6 months, then you have, it's I think we have it set that if you've spent $100 with me in the last 6 months, or 50 if you're a demonstrator on somebody else's team, my team gets it for free. You have access to it already. And right here is the link, right? So you can get it, right? If you aren't in the folder, you're gonna have to request access. But this question is only asking if you want it printed. And if you want it printed, I let my printer know, and then you get it from, like, I help coordinate it, right? But the money goes to her, and then that's it, right? So I just help provide the format for you to get it, right? So what happens is it's only if you want it printed. So many people click yes to this, and then I ask them after, and it creates extra work of, do you want this printed, or are you good with it electronic? And so it's no if you don't want it printed, okay? So I'm gonna put no, and then hit next. And do I want any calendars? No, I don't, so I'm good there. And then Winter Creative Escape, yep, I'm planning to attend in person, so we're good. All right, it's gonna make you fix things if you don't go in and put them in. Hit next, and then for shipping, do you need in-person or porch pickup, or are you shipping everything? So we're gonna click shipping. And then how do you plan to pay? All right, so then I'm gonna pay with Zelle. I absolutely love Zelle, it's perfect. If anybody ever wants to use Zelle and you don't have Zelle set up, I can request the Zelle, I can send you a request to have you send it via Zelle by me initiating the request. But otherwise, you could do PayPal, friends and family, Venmo without the payment protection. Now, if you choose though either of those two and you use Venmo with good or service, or I'm sorry, Venmo with payment protection or PayPal with good or service, and I get charged a fee, I'll be reaching out to you to collect the fee, because nobody else pays a fee if they choose the other option. So it you just gotta let me know how you plan to do it. And then there's Zelle, and if you want to use my website or Cash App. And so I'm going to use Zelle, and if you want to send a check in the mail, perfectly great. And then hit next, and then where can you find me? And you hit next, and then how to contact me. And so some people stop here and they think that they're done, but you want to see the picture of me smiling at you saying, I appreciate you, thank you for registering, and you hit submit. And that's it. Now, I know that took us a long time to go through, but I was showing you how. I think that it takes about 2 minutes generally, 2 or 3 minutes for you guys to go through and do the registration on your own. And my sister-in-law is on standby. She's like, Chris, what time is the showcase at? I said, it's going to be at noon. And she's like, okay, so this week's going to be crazy. I'm like, yes, it is. And it is. So, but she's excited and she's looking forward to helping me get everything on track. So, Patricia says she loves the way I do the embellishments for the escapes. As I use the ones you give us, I add ones that are low at my stash. I keep them on my craft table and grab them for fun. I love it. That's good. So speaking of that, I'm so glad that you brought that up, Pat. So the people who do my escapes with me, they get a quasi product share. They get a half. So I just showed you that sheet of embellishments. That's a full share. When you get an escape from me, you get half of that. Right? So how I do my shares is they get divided by 5 people. How I do my goodie bags for the escape is they get divided by 10 people. So you get 1/10 of a package of gems. And then for the ribbon, you get 1 yard for the escape goodie bag, and you get 2 yards for the product share. What happens is for the product shares, I can price them exactly how they are, 1/5 of a package or 2 yards of ribbon. And for the goodie bag for the escape, the whole goodie bag is valued at $50. So by the time you add a sampling of all the consumables, it's over $50. It's way over $50. So I have to be like, okay, well, we'll give a 1/10 of a package of gems or a yard of ribbon. And then the designer paper pretty much is the same. So you get the designer paper's 1 6x6 sheet of all of the paper. So if one pack has 6 sheets, you get 6 for that one. If one has only 4 designs, you get 4. Like glimmer paper, you'd get 1 of each, right? So that's how I do the goodie bags. So if somebody's doing the escape with me and they're also interested in the product shares, I always like to reach out to them personally and say, are you sure you want them? Both. And I get people that say yes because they want both, and then I get people that say, oh, I think I'll be okay with just doing the escape with the goodie bag because that will give me a nice sampling, and then I can decide if I want to buy full sizes, right? So that's that, and I always check out that. So also for those that are newer to my team, I want to show this. I just put in another round of orders for those people that wanted Be Happy Stampers swag. So I've got the yellow shirts, I've got purple shirts, And then there's long sleeves of yellow and purple. I also am putting an order in for those hoodies. I haven't done that yet, so I need to do that. So if there's my team that wants to order anything, you need to go to my website, to the team page, and you can follow the link for the order for the team swag, and that's perfect. Hello, Kari. All right.
I have a question for you.
Sure, what's
Can
up?
I interrupt?
Yeah.
Okay, Beekeeper's Guide.
Yep.
We made a version 4 that just had, you know,
Yep.
the most recent. I put new on it. Do you want new? Because
You're
we
making-
haven't printed it,
But it's not, now it's 5.
but now it's 5.
Yep.
Are we taking the new off of version 4? So like the November pre-order release, the November online exclusive release had new on it.
Okay.
It's still going to be new for a lot of people who haven't reprinted or reviewed it.
I would still leave new, but put
Leave-
version 5.
Right, I'm going to put version 5 on the
Yeah.
front. Am I going to keep the
Oh,
new,
I get what you're
the
saying.
little
Yeah,
honeycomb
yeah.
on the November
Yeah,
and
yeah.
put the new on?
Yeah, because it's,
Okay.
it's new. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Perfect.
I didn't want to,
Nope, yep.
thank you.
Yeah, good. Okay, so I want to show you a couple other things here. So Kelly that's Kelly, you guys, if you haven't met Kelly before. Kelly has one left of the 12 Days of Crafting Fun. No, Connie Moore. Connie, come on, girlfriend. No, I just got my order like 2 days ago. So she's asking if I have the Winter Creative Escape designed. That is a big no. I just finished designing the December cards on Saturday with my foot up elevated. I got the last card design, and now we're in the process of getting ready for a small business showcase on Saturday and a used stamp sale. I think we have designing for the escape planned for the 2nd or 3rd week in December. So no, we're going to start designing for January and the escape all between the 2nd and 3rd week in December. So yeah, I wish, but I literally just got my order. My pre-order just came. So I really haven't gone through much of it. So yeah. So the 12 Days of Crafting Fun, Kelly's got this class where she's got one set of these card kits left. And so if anybody wants it, please stake claim to it. You can put it in your registration on the past classes. She's doing this. I think it's almost done now. She started this on the 15th and it's wrapping up. She did 13 days of crafting fun because there's actually 13 cards. So if you're on the team, you could buy the kits. If you're not on the team, it was free with a $140 order with Kelly. So that was the 12 Days of Crafting Fun. And then for those, this stuff is all sitting here really quick. So I do have a few left of the Wounded Warrior, you guys. I'm just in the process of trying to button that all up. I have one set of made cards and one set of kitted cards. If anybody wants to get the Wounded Warrior yet, I'm trying to get those last ones accounted for, and then I can send them their money. So there was 6 cards, and they featured product from the online exclusives and holiday mini catalog that just launched this fall. So those were the 6 cards. I have one set of completed cards and one set of kits available. Annette helped me kit up more of the Memories and More class last week, you guys, and she went gung-ho. She went gangbusters. Not only did she do 8, she did 16. So I believe we have 4 left out of those 16, Annette. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. So this was 18 cards, and you did 6 designs times 3. The only little hiccup we have with this is that this Memories and More card pack comes in on the 1st of December if it's on time. I'll get them next week, hopefully, and they will be included in your December shipment, so on the 5th or the 8th, right? So I have about 3 left unaccounted for. There are, 72 watching only. I know, Penny. I see 63 people watching, but it's during the middle of the day, so that's probably part of it. The other thing, too, I want to talk about is the Stampin' Stack. We mentioned that did Annette leave again? She hasn't heard yet. I'm gonna kit up 4 more of this one, or 8. And it was the Stampin' Stack that made 16 cards. And this is the class I did last week, Friday. So if I told you previously that I wasn't gonna kit up more, at about 10 o'clock last night, I put it in my head that we're gonna do 4 or 8 more. So it will ship again though in just like the December shipment. It will not ship prior to the December shipment. So the Stampin' Stack, again, I am going to do 4 to 8 more. Now's your time to get on the waiting list because then that will help me determine how many more to kit up. It comes with the designer series paper, the roll ribbon, and then the gems. are for next year's Christmas. Yes, the memories and more. So that's exactly it, Cindy. So this is another one where this is going to help you get your stuff in a row for next year. So very cool. All right, so those are the Stamp-A-Stack. And then I also kind of mentioned it briefly. Paper pumpkins are here. You guys, there is a humongous Paper Pumpkin Cyber Monday sale that's next week, the 1st through the 8th. The subscriptions are on sale. And how it will work is once you subscribe and get a prepaid subscription, if you only want one, you better go in and manage your account and either skip the one that you have going on or cancel your one that you're paying month to month on. Okay? It's just going to take a little bit of managing 2 things until one of them runs out, then you're set with the next one. The deal is, though, with the subscription, the 3, 6, or 12 month, you cannot skip the first month. So like me personally, I manage 5 to 8 subscriptions. Okay, currently I have 5 to 8 because I know that there are people out there that will reach out to me and ask if I have it. And like I have a few left that if people say, hey, did you have the October pumpkin? I have it here. So I'm always managing that. So what I plan to do is I'm going to get some subscriptions and then I'll pause my other ones and then I'll just be managing some subscriptions. Like I go in every month though and I'm managing, skipping or doing what I need to do. So if you guys want to do that, it's just a matter of managing on your own account, okay? All right, so pumpkins. There's some available here. I've got October, November, some June and a May. And then the other thing I didn't mention was there's 2 other classes I do that don't get kits. They're the mystery card night and then the share a recipe, create a card, inspire others. So this was last month. Just to show you, we do other fun classes where you use products of your own at home to craft along. And this was a mystery card night. And this also was, I believe, a mystery card night. So we do that. We get out the magnifying glass and we give you clues. Right, so those are coming up. Those, you don't need to register though for those because I don't have to kit anything or prep anything. I don't keep track of anything with that. So that's why we don't include those classes in the registration. I did get catalogs too, just so you guys know. The catalogs came in and we've got them already stamped. And so if you're a customer of mine who has purchased from me in the last 6 months, I generally have good visibility to that and I have you on the list and I'll get you a catalog. If you're a demonstrator, you get your own catalog. So just know that if you're a demonstrator, when you place your first demonstrator order right now, you get a catalog free from Stampin' Up. And so that's how you can get your catalog. The online exclusives, you could find these printouts. I have the January one and the November one. They're actually right where you guys found the registration form on my website. So if you go to here and you go to resources and you scroll up, there's these right here, online exclusive launching in January and launched in November. That's where you would find these 2 files. Okay, so that's important stuff. I also have here, let's start with, oh my gosh, classes here. So I've got some of the gals on my team. I want to share some things with you. And they're so cool. Let me get that, and this. So when it comes to people on my team that are doing classes, you need to reach out to those people specifically. Okay, there's a lot of eye candy here. So let's go like this for now. Okay, so Karen Forward is doing a class, and it's called a Fancy Christmas Gift Boxes class. She's doing it in person here on December 5th, and she's got it here. She's Karen Forward, and it's Sparkle It Forward. And if you want to get these to go, you're going to have to reach out to her. And it's so cool. They're little gift boxes. And so this is like a little purse box type thing. And you open it up like that. Okay, and then she's got this one. So Susan Wormley did this for a creative presentation for the Stampin' Fun, for the Escape, I think. It's a star box. So Karen's going to teach in person how to do a star box for anybody that wants to come do this class with her. Now, it is available to go, but you need to reach out to Karen. And I don't know if, because she's doing the class on the 5th, it's the same day that we're shipping for December. So I guess we'd have to coordinate and see when Karen will have them ready for to go, if she's going to do them to go. All right, Gina also has, so Gina Bulow has some sampler classes. She's doing Christmas and winter samplers, and she's got them at $26 Gina's information is down here. If you take a screenshot of that, she is Glitter and Ink with Gina. And she's got the Season's Greetings one here. It's so pretty. And then she's got this winter one. And so you can get either of them. They're $26 plus shipping, and the frame is not included. And so they're 12 by 12 samplers. They're pretty big. So you would have to reach out. She's got it in person, but she's also doing it via YouTube on Host is out today. Today the 25th, Wednesday. No, Wednesday's the 26th. Okay, so she's doing this class tomorrow morning for anybody. It's not the 25th, so she's doing that tomorrow, I'm guessing, because she usually does classes on Wednesdays. Okay, so that's part of Gina's. Karen Forward also has this Traditions of Christmas class, 3 cards if anybody wants. I believe she has 3 left of this one. If you'd like this class kitted to go, you'd have to talk to Karen Forward, and she's Sparkle It Forward. Yeah, you're gonna have to rewatch what you missed. There's definitely a lot. So Gina is doing, this is actually from Paperpalooza. Haha. So I missed these. These are Paperpalooza cards in case you missed it. Like they rolled off onto the wrong pile, so those go there. Gina's doing a winter creative surprise box, and it includes 10 kits. So there's 10 projects. 5 of them are a surprise and 5 you get to see. So she's trying to keep it like so that you kind of see what is going on, but also she wants some of it to be a surprise for you. She's going to include designer series paper, glimmer paper, and a roll of ribbon and some rhinestones. And there's little goodies with it, right? So 5 of the cards, this is one, and this is a fun fold. It's one of those easel cards, right, like that. Okay, and then got this one. And that guy. This one has a calendar, so this is going to be a calendar, so she's going to have calendars for you. And then Thinking of You. All right, so there's 5 of them that are cards, and the other 5 other projects are not necessarily cards. They're fun things like little pillow gift type things. And so that is Gina's Winter Creative Surprise Box. And that is going to be available in December. Carissa Alberts teaches classes. She does them here in the Hive, and it's Lakeshore Stampin', and she also mails them out. She sometimes gets them up here, can coordinate shipping with the packages that are leaving from here. This one's called Something Old, Something New. So she mixes old product with new product, and it looks like sentiments are all you need for this class to reproduce it. And so pretty. So that's her Something Old, Something New class. And then this one also is, these both are Julie's. So she has a December class ready and a January class. So Julie teaches her classes here in the Hive and also at her house and online via my YouTube channel. This is the Be Creative class. So it's for December. It features the Branching Out set. And so she does kits as well if you want to get the kits from her or if you want to attend in person. These are the 3 cards for December, and you'd want to reach out to her for signing up. Again, don't necessarily reach out to me. If you do, I will put you over to her. And then she has her January Be Creative cards featuring the Light and Wonder. So these are what she has for her January class. So pretty with the lights of Aurora. And that's Julie's January Be Creative class. I do also have Tracy Sorge, and she sent me, I want to put this out there. If you are in, let's see if I can find it, at the Brilliant area, Tracy Sorge has a couple classes coming up. So she's Countryside Stamping with Tracy, and I know this is really hard to see on the phone, but she's got a 5-card class here, and then she's got 5 cards on that side. And I think that it's actually a stamp camp. And so it's 10 cards projects, and there's a registration fee, or you can get it free with an order. But Tracy's contact information is there if you want to sign up for class with her. She's got 10 cards that are part of this one. And she also she does a kit class in person too. So that's something that Tracy's got going on. All right. So that's kind of currently what's around me. And that would probably be the first half of what we got, which is the big part. It's actually what I have left now. I want to go for, especially if anybody's wanting to see what I have left over from past classes. I have that next. That's what I'm going to show you. But before I do that, you guys, let's do this. That's what I needed. Okay, so can I ask maybe Annette to help me?
Yeah.
All right, I don't want to get up and down and up and down and up and down. So, do you mind just handing me things and I'll hand them back to you?
Sure. What would
Okay.
you like?
So give me
Just
the,
box?
no, yeah, that's fine. And then the two-tone cards, the two-tone, or the card stock. Yep, so this thing. Okay, my Vanna White here. All right, so you guys, back in August, when I was working to earn my million, we came up with different ideas of how I could get some sales. And I created a lot of cardstock samplers. And so for those of you who are still wanting to get one, I have 4 left. And you could get 1, 2, or 3, or 4 sets of cardstock. And so it's one of each of the colors of cardstock in alphabetical order. And it gives you a sampling of every cardstock color. And I was able to get these at a reduced price back in August. And so there was a price on this. If you are interested in one of these cardstock shares, just put it in your registration. When you're doing your registration, just put in, I'm interested in a past cardstock sampler, right? So I have 4 sets left of that one. And then for this one right here, I've got, this is the Regal Winter class from December of last year. And you can put stuff, yeah, perfect, on the table. That's awesome. So this one was a 4-card class. And I have like 6 left of this one. It was really pretty. You did need some floral stamps for it, right? So you had different Regal colors that were featured on it. So that was the Regal Winter class from December. And then that was a sweet one. This was the sweet class from, hello, honey. You don't know how to get up here because there's too much stuff going on. Hi, babykins. What's up, baby girl? Come here. Where are you going to jump? Mom, I'm going to go. Annette, oh, no, she's fine. Okay. I thought she was going to go.
Oh,
She wants attention.
no, she does.
So, Wildflower birthday class. This was a sweet class in March. And these were the 4 cards. And all you needed were basically sentiments and some black blotchy stamps on that one. So it was called Wildflower Birthday from March. And then this one, I have one little lonely one here. The Floral Delight Sweet Class from February. And that featured the yellowy cards here with the flowers. Ah, so pretty, so pretty. So that one needed sentiment, 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 and a sentiment. So down to 1 Floral Delight on that one. All right. Getting down there. We can almost take that one off. All right, I'm going to hand you that guy. And there comes Honey. She's like, guys, I want you guys to see me. I'm here. All right. So recently we did a Let's Just Stamp featuring sign design. And that was 3 cards, and they were Halloween. Watch where you're swinging that thing. She reminds me of Barf from Spaceballs with his tail kept always hitting the guy in the face. Do you remember Spaceballs, the movie? All right, so Halloween and Christmas and a New Year, right? So that was Let's Just Stamp sign design from October. You guys, way too many left of that one. And fur in the face now. Oh, my goodness. And then this was the April monthly class from earlier this year. And it featured the lobsters, the Dino, and the Floral Delight. And I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 of that one left. Okay. And then this one, oh man, this one's January of this year. It is the monthly class. And it was the growing one. And then Hugs and Kisses. And then the heart-shaped got featured. So they were kind of Valentine's Day-y. And then this was the monthly class from August of last year. The seaside by the seashore, seashells. And then the yellow submarine and Gone Fishing. I have 2 left of that class. And these are all generally free with an order. Okay, got it? Got it. Now this one has quite a few here. It's a mixture of stuff. So this is a lot of ink, paper, scissors in here. Ink, paper, scissors is the one where you get the goodie bag. And so these aren't free with an order. And you got a roll of ribbon. You get a roll of ribbon, the gems and card kits, and then a 1/4 pack of designer paper. So that was Beautiful Bokeh. That's available. And then this was To Market, To Market. I've got a bunch of this one available. like that. And then the Good Feelings game night was from last year in July. And this one you did need some sentiments. So you've got lots of big sentiments that go on those. I liked that one a lot. So that was a game night, but it's like an ink, paper, scissors. This was Season of Chic. I think I'm down to 2, possibly 1, maybe 1 of this one. So it's really getting down there. This was from, I believe, July of 23 though. So there was just needing sentiments, and it featured all the different seasons. Okay. Forever Love was the ink, paper, scissors from February of last year. And I have maybe a half a dozen of this one. So this was a really pretty set for making wedding cards. And all you needed were sentiments and a couple floral images at the top. Sweet. Okay, so for those of you who missed out on the Sweet Jars game night that was in July, I still have 3 left. So it was a St. Patty's Day card. It was a Valentine's Day card, a birthday card, and a cookie jar card. And then there was the matching envelopes that you could do with the paper. So I do have 3 left of that one, if anybody's interested. And then I have here the September, August, what is it, Splendor, Autumn Splendor. There were 8 cards that we did with that ink, paper, scissors. And they were we did them in pairs. So there was always a matching partner to the layout design. And I've got a bunch of this one available as well. All right, so that's, and you could do your envelopes. So those, a lot of those are ink, paper, scissors pricing. So you don't get them free with an order, but you could pay for them, but easily add them. And I will say that those people that, like if there's a ton of them left, I know I have been marking them down when you register. Instead of it being, let's say, $34 before shipping, I've been putting it at $30 before shipping. Or like I've been reducing price. On those classes that I have a lot left of, I've been knocking them down on prices. And then this one features the Artful Amaryllis. That was in November of last year. It was the Let's Just Stamp. And so you did need some stamps on that one for stamping on your white and vanilla pieces. That one's free with an order, or you could pay for it. This was the Sweet Bundle class for earlier this year. It was September, and there's maybe 10 or 12 left here. And thanks, Chris Robinson. I appreciate that. You needed a sentiment, 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 and a sentiment. So very fall-esque cards. And that was September's Gathering Together. And then this one, we went over the Wounded Warrior already. I have a set of made cards ready to go where they're already assembled. But I have one here where they're in the form of kits, where they're not assembled, so you need to stamp and assemble with your own inks, paper, or your inks and glues and stamps. Then I have the In Color class. That was the retirement class earlier this year. That it features the Moody Mauve, Copper Clay, Pebbled Path, Boho Blue, and the Wild Wheat. And so I've got a bunch of those available. And, whoa. This one was, I have one left of this guy. This was the October monthly class, and it featured the cookies on the sheet, the autumn branching out, and then the holly jolly. And so I have just one of those guys left, if anybody would still like to get that. Hi, babykins. What's up, little lady? The November monthly class was the one with the shaker card here, the present, and that pretty card is so much prettier, even in person. If anybody made this card and you didn't think it looked this pretty on the camera, but when you made it in person and you're watching, you should tell everybody if you thought that it looked prettier. Because I feel like it's so much.
It's very elegant.
It's very
Christmassy.
elegant and Christmassy
Yeah,
in person.
it's perfect.
And this camera makes it look dark and but it's very elegant. So this was the November. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of this class left, right? And then,
Then you can fill your tree with mini M&Ms.
yes, exactly. So I actually have more than that. I have these all here in the front too. So this is all the November monthly class here. So there was quite a few of those. Okay, here's this guy. And then this one is, oh man, Peaceful Garden. This was just from November, you guys. So I don't know if people were taking a break or they were good with this set, but we have quite a few of this one, maybe like 15 left of this one. It featured the Peaceful Garden and then Peace on Earth sets, and so you really just needed stamp sets for this one. And this one was the fun fold. It was super cool like that. Thanks to Carmen Melendez, she gave me a card like that and we cased it. All right, so that one, quite a few left for that class. So we'll put those back. Honey. Of course that's, oh, this one, we did this one already. This was the Wildflower Birthday. I've got quite a few of this one.
Baby. Come on.
She's like, Mom, I want to sit right here. Okay, got it? Okay, this one is what we did in October. It's called Traditions of Christmas. Oh, I'd say there was 10 there. And my little bow got stuck in the front. Oh, oopsies. So all you needed was a sentiment on this one. And then we've got a sentiment for that one. And then you just needed a sentiment for that one. And a sentiment for that one. So that was the Sweet Bundle class for October. And then for the monthly class this was March of this year, we had this card, which you just needed a sentiment and some foliage back there. We had a sentiment and some raindrops that you need, and then a sentiment for your orange label. So that was the March monthly class. And then the sweet class for August is called Florals in Bloom. I've got some of these left. Such pretty flowers. Flower. All right, so I've got maybe 8 of that one left. And I'm gonna put these guys on the side though, so they don't get squisher. Oh, and it still got squisher-rooed. Ah! Hang on. We're gonna go like this and like that, and then slide them in. Okay. Oh, honey's getting some love-ins. Got it. Thank you, thank you. Okay. This one is the February monthly class of last year. And it was our sunrise, sunset card. And then you either got orangey or bluey. And then it was the wild ferns, wild horses. Okay. And then I've got one left of this one. And it is the Let's Just Stamp Regal Floral from October. So just one left of this one. It was our patriotic Let's Just Stamp because we came out of the Wounded Warrior benefit last year. So we had it was all floweries, and it was the navies with the cherry cobblers. So there's just one of that one left. And then it comes out every single time. I've got this one is the Let's Just Stamped Poised Peony. Annette is multitasking here. We've got, this one needed a stamped image for your flower on each one of these cards. So that was the Poised Peony. Let's Just Stamp is still available. Okay, and then there's another one back here. Oh, we're down to one here. So we started to give away cards away as prizes for door prizes. So we're down to one set of the Simply Zinnia, which is this one. So yay, down to one. We just saved one. And if nobody takes it in the near future, we'll do that as a prize too. And then we have one left of the Memorable Blooms. So we gave away these as card prizes. But we thought we'll leave them out there one last time to see if anybody else was still wanting intentionally to get this class. So that was Memorable Blooms. And there's one left, and that was a Let's Just Stamp. Honey! Little girl, homewrecker.
Yeah, don't you do that.
Those nails, though.
Come
I
on.
don't know. I just.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh
know.
man, she's getting feisty.
Yeah, she is.
Here he goes, this guy.
Oh, sorry.
Heavy. It's
I'm
okay.
paying attention to the cat.
That's okay. That's okay. Honey needs attention too. All right. So then in April we had the Storybook Moments class. It was a sleep class. I've got just a handful left of that guy, and it was so cute. I liked him. He was so cute. And then we got that guy. So there's a few left of that. And then a Let's Just Stamp from March featured With You in Mind. I've got 2 left of this guy. And you just needed sentiments on these as well. Perfect. So just a couple left of that one. And this one is the July 24 monthly class. And This was from 2024, last year. So this one was 3 different cards that you just needed some clouds, some background stamps, and then this one was the dragonflies with some specklies. And so 3 different bundles were used for that one. And this last one, okay, there's only 2 left of him. Yep, 2 left, and this was the August monthly class of 23. So this is probably my oldest one, but they're so cute. It had the fish, and all you needed was something to stamp for seaweed. And the little dreamers here was the little lion. It was so cute. And then Timeless Arrangements was used on this one. You just needed some floral images and sentiment. So I'm down to 2 on that one. So getting there. We're getting there. So what I do for card classes now is I've been giving away 1 card. So out of a class that has 3 cards, I'll have 3 door prize winners. And that was a great suggestion that somebody made a while back. And we just started doing that this last month, I believe. So, okay. All right. So finished all but the tractor card. They are very pretty. Oh, good. So do you have a home for the tractor card, Debbie? That is the card I gave my dad for his birthday, actually. So I actually made a donation for one of the sets of Wounded Warrior cards. And I took the tractor card out so I could give it to my dad for his birthday yesterday, and he loved it. So I was so happy. So when that card was designed, I had my dad in mind. So, all right. What else? I always know when I'm done and I end it, I'm like, oh man, I forgot to talk about this. So, we went through a lot, and we actually did this pretty fast. You guys, I probably talked really fast because I know I need to be getting my ankle up or my foot up, but just know that if you caught this and this was very overwhelming for you, just to take a deep breath and call me because I can talk you through it and off the ledge because you're like, oh man, I don't know where to start. So, and anybody that's watching will probably say that they were very overwhelmed when they first started stamping with me or working with me because I have so much stuff that I do and I don't know how to not do stuff. So it can be overwhelming. And if you're overwhelmed, what do? You don't do anything, right? And that's how it is with me too. When I'm shopping, I'm like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to buy. I don't know, so I'm not gonna buy anything, right? So just know that I have a lot, and that's because I like to show you guys as much as possible, and I have fun time designing, and I like creating, and I like sharing. And so way back in the beginning of time, I only did 1 class, and then over time, over the last 12 years, it's been 1 more class gets added, and then another class. So that's how it ends up being more. So I do feel bad when people call me and say, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. It's like, I don't mean for you guys to be overwhelmed. I get it. Just know that you don't have to be overwhelmed. That's a feeling that you can control inside yourself. And just know that if you have questions and you're not sure what to do, instead of guessing, it's always better to call me and reach out to me first so that it's done in a way that makes sense and that I can help explain it to you. Because I've had people that don't know necessarily that like Be Happy Stamper pricing is for people on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, and then they will sign up for that and pay that amount, and then they're not on my team, and so then I have to work with them to get the extra amount, or they don't want it then, and then they'll use the money for something else. But so it's always better to reach out to me if you're not certain when you first start stamping. I promise you, I do pick up the phone and I answer. I'm a real person. I'm not a robot or a person sitting in a different country. If you call that phone number 920-960-4390, I'll answer. If you get my voicemail, please know that you should try calling me back another time. If you have to leave a voicemail, I'll generally call you back pretty quick, but let's say like a day or 2 passes and you haven't gotten a call back from me, definitely call me. I am a busy person, but that's not an excuse, but I always try to just call you back versus listening to my voicemail. So texting is another great one where you might call, and if it says to text, follow up with a text. I do have Elaine who's waiting for me to call her back. Not Elaine Rebeck, but another Elaine. And so like with spraining my foot, you guys, it just kind of puts like a triple effect or a domino effect on getting things done as fastly as I like to. But I never take offense to people saying, hey, I tried calling and I'm trying again. Okay, cool. Let's knock it out today. Let's talk. So what else here? You're gonna add the escape so we can order now. So Pat Settle, you can do that right now. The escape is already out there. I was going to add something. Man, you are late, Michelle Form, but better late than never. Hello. I was going to add the product share stuff from the fall. I was going to add a link to the game night. And Pat, you can sign up right now for the escape. if you go into the class registration, so like let's say there are other things in your class registration that you want to do for December, there is a spot for the Winter Creative Escape. And then there's a link with the official registration form, right? Also, for those that want to find the official registration form for the Escape, I believe that I have it out here. I don't have it out here. So the other thing I'm going to do, Pat, and anybody else that wants the official registration, I'm going to put it out here. I'll probably put announcement 1125. Here is the link for the original or the official registration. I'll put it up here. And I'll update that Christmas tag Stamp-a-Stack that Annette didn't hear it yet. Annette, I think we're going to kit more Stamp-a-Stack. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that? Rhonda's heard it 3 times. Every time you left the room is when I talked about it.
Oh, see, you wait till I leave.
Yeah, and so now Rhonda's heard it 3 times, and she's just chuckling to herself. I'm going to update this. I'm going to add Winter Creative Escape to all my announcements. But, so like, Pat, if you're not going to get anything else in December, which I don't know if you are or you aren't, but if you're not, you might as well just wait to get the link for it. The other thing is, I don't know if my events calendar for January is not there yet. So I need to start working on the, next year. I'm going to start working on the Winter Creative Escape emails. That's on my to-do list this week. So out food shopping for Turkey Day. I filled out your the retreat form. The autumn retreat form. The autumn retreat form, or do you mean the winter retreat form? Either way, we'll figure it out. Hi, Linda Hunt. Jumping on late, getting ingredients together to make pies. And you know what? It is that time of year, you guys. So knowing that it's Thanksgiving time and knowing that a lot of you are preparing for food, family, festivities, it's going to be hard to watch this. And I know I'm doing it Tuesday, which is a little bit earlier. So hopefully along the way, you can catch the replay. And if you can't catch the replay, know that you can fill out the registration form and still see the classes without watching the whole thing, right? So all good, all good. Oh yeah, you meant Winter Escape. That's perfect. I probably saw it, so that's good. Yeah, did you guys have anything else? Otherwise, it's 1:54. My appointment's at 2:30. I'll have time to eat a little bit of something before I have to leave, so that's good. And yeah, I don't know. I got a hot mess around me here, so. Okay, so tomorrow is a email day for me. I'm going to be spending the day with my foot up and iced and on my computer. So I'll have the phone by me. So if anybody is watching and they're like, man, I need to ask her a question, tomorrow is a good day to call me in the middle of the day. So I'll definitely be around. And as soon as I see registrations start to come through, Amanda's going to be on them, and we'll start between now and probably Monday, Tuesday, you could expect to have a response. It just depends on at what point you do your class registration. But she's really good at helping me stay on track with that this last time. So, all right, you guys. I think I'm going to sign off. If I missed anything, we'll always make it up later. I won't be live now again until probably Saturday at some point if I go live during the showcase, which is the 29th. If you are local to me and want to come check it out, we have a small business Saturday showcase. I have about 15 of my other friends out there that do other direct sales, like they're not 31, they closed down. Pampered Chef, Tastefully Simple, Norwex, LuLaRoe, not Avon, Mary Kay, Paparazzi, and like there's a bunch. And then we do a used stamp sale in conjunction with it. So if you're relatively local and you want to come check out the stamp sale, this is going to be probably one of the biggest used stamp sales that we have had in a long time. There's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. So yeah, I don't do shipping for this used stamp sale. I will show it on my video, but I generally don't do shipping of it. It's people come and bring their stuff and then they take their stuff. And so I don't keep it and house it at all. So yeah, good stuff. But I have to create the marketplace listing for that. So you guys, there's always so many things to do. So all right, yes, Becky Gandolfo, if you're watching right now, your product shares didn't come in your package. I'll have to look at that. So, all right, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs to you. We'll catch you later. Love ya. Bye.